Hi everyone, in this lesson I am solving mathematics paper 1 from 2023, starting with question 1.1.1. I will break it down step by step so it's easy to follow. Let's get into it. Question 1.1.1. You are given x squared minus x minus 12 is equals to 0. You are required to solve for x. Solve for x, we are going to use factorization. Factorization means writing an expression as a product of brackets. We usually do so by looking at the highest power of x in the expression. In this case, the highest power of x in the expression is 2. Therefore, we are going to need two brackets. We equate them to 0. The next step, we look at the first term in the expression, that is x squared, taking into consideration its coefficient. The coefficient is 1. This term, it is made up of the terms at the far left of your brackets. That will be the term here and the term here. We are going to choose these values in such a way that when we multiply them together, we get 1x squared. That will be 1x and 1x. When we take 1x, we multiply it with 1x. This is going to be 1 times 1, which is 1, x times x, x to the power 1 plus 1 by law of exponents, and this is 1x squared. And that is the first term in the expression. The follow-up step, we are going to look at the last term in the expression, which is minus 12 in this case. This last term in the expression, it is made up of the terms at the far right end of the brackets. That will be the term here and the term here. Meaning that when we multiply this term with this term, we should get minus 12. So those will be the numbers which are factors of 12. Two numbers for which we multiply and we get 12 are factors of 12, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. When we take 6, we multiply it by 2, we get 12. When we take 4, we multiply it by 3, we get 12. When we take 12, we multiply it by 1, we get 12. You can notice that we have three possible outcomes for which when we take two numbers from factors of 12, we multiply them together, we get 12. Going back to factorization, when we choose factors of this number 12, which is the last term in the expression, we choose those factors such that when we add or subtract those two numbers, we get the coefficient of the middle term. The middle term in this case is minus 1x, which is this term here, and its coefficient is minus 1. So now from these three outcomes, which two factors, when we add or subtract, give us minus 1? It's 4 and 3, because when you take 3 minus 4, we get minus 1. Therefore, 4 and 3 are the factors of 12 we are going to use. Those are the values of your C's. Then we are going to have 4 and a 3 here. The last and the most important step is choosing the correct signs in the brackets. The trick I've always taught my students who have never done mathematics before is to use the test method. You don't guess, you test. Let's take the two numbers we found, which are 4 and 3, and try different sign combinations. I will start with the sign combination positive and a positive. Firstly, Multiply the two terms to see if you get the last term. We are going to multiply positive 4 with positive 3. This is going to give us positive 12. Does this give us the last term in the expression? No, because in the expression we have negative 12, not positive 12. Therefore, using the combination plus and a plus completely fails. Secondly, I'm going to test with the sign combination, positive and negative. Remember, the first step, you multiply these two numbers to check if you get the last term. We are going to take positive 4, we multiply it with minus 3, we get minus 12. Indeed, this gives us the last term. Then the last test is to add the two numbers to check if they give us the coefficient of the middle term, which is minus 1 in this case. If you get minus 1, then you have chosen the correct sign. We are going to take positive 4, we add it with minus 3. This is equals to 4 minus 3, which is equals to positive 1. Does this give us the coefficient of the middle term? No. The coefficient of the middle term is minus 1, not positive 1. Therefore, the sign combination plus and a minus completely fails. Let's try a different sign combination, minus and a plus. Firstly, we are going to multiply the two numbers to see if we get the last term. When we take minus 4, we multiply it with positive 3, we get minus 12. Indeed, this gives us the last term in the expression. The second step is to add the two numbers to check if we get the coefficient of the middle term. We are going to take minus 4, we add it with positive 3. This is going to give us minus 1. This indeed gives us the coefficient of the middle term. Therefore, we have chosen the correct sign combination since these two conditions are satisfied. To share more understanding on factorization, take note that this is not a part of solving this question. This is to make you understand more. We have just factorized x squared minus x minus 12 by rewriting this expression as a product of two brackets, which are x minus 4 and x plus 3. So how do we multiply out the brackets to get the expression x squared minus x minus 12? You take this x, you multiply it with this x, you are going to get x squared. Then you take this x, you multiply it with 3, that will be plus 3x. Then you take this minus 4. Remember, take note of the sign. This is minus 4. So you take minus 4, you multiply it with x. Please take note of this sign. This is where many students mess up. Do not leave the sign behind. It's minus 4 multiplied by x, not 4 multiplied by x. So minus 4 multiplied by x is going to be minus 4x. Lastly, you take the minus 4, you multiply it with positive 3. When you take minus 4, you multiply it with positive 3, you get minus 12. We can simplify this by adding like terms. We are going to have x squared. 3x and 4x are like terms. 3x minus 4x is minus 1x minus 12, which give us the expression. So this shows us that we have factorized correctly in the previous step. but the aim of this question was to solve for x. So we need to find those values that make the equation equals to 0. To do that, we are going to take the expression inside each bracket and equate it to 0. The expression in the first bracket is x minus 4. You equate it to 0. Or then the last expression in the second bracket is x plus 3. You equate it to 0. Then from there you solve this mathematically. We are going to transpose the number minus 4 to the right hand side. So when we transpose, we are taking this number to the side. So when we take this number to the side, its sign changes. So this will be x is equals to 4. We do the same with x plus 3. We have x. We transpose positive 3 to the right hand side. We take it to the side, then it becomes minus 3. And those are your x values, for which when we substitute on this expression, we are going to get 0. You can even test it for yourself. When you substitute 4 squared minus 1 into 4 minus 12, this is going to give you a 0. When you take minus 3 squared minus 1 into minus 3 minus 12, you will get a 0. That's question 1.1 done. In the next video, we will continue with question 1.1.2. Make sure you follow and stay tuned so you don't miss the next solution.